Right then everyone, welcome back to a very warm video and a very warm review. I'm just going to get this hood down because my god do I feel warm in this. So today I have got another product review for you lot, and I've had this one now for quite some time, a few months. It's not often I review clothing in the angling world. However, when a certain piece of clothing comes across that I find is going to be very useful to you lot and very helpful, then I'm going to review it. So this is the Preston Celcius bib and brace suit. Now this is I believe this is the first generation one. They've actually just brought out recently a second generation one. There's not really much difference in the versions other than the different style and what have you. And I got this one for an absolute amazing deal on Angling Direct. And I think the main reason why I got it on a good deal was because Preston was bringing out the new one. So this one, you know, was getting discontinued, and it only cost me, I think, about 90 something pounds, which is an absolute bargain. Also, I do want to say, just before I do get any further into this review, if you do enjoy the videos, and especially if you enjoy the reviews, please subscribe to the channel. That way then, it helps me make more reviews, because I pay for all these products out of my own money, and all the money made on the videos I put back into the channel to review stuff for you lot. And obviously the more, you know, the more my channel gets out to people, the better stuff I can review. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because I can be honest about products, and that is the best thing. So let's get into what I like about this, because honestly this thing is ridiculously warm. It feels like I'm sat next to a campfire. So why is the Preston Celcius suit very good, I hear you ask? First of all, I'm going to talk about the jacket. The jacket is brilliant and it's just amazing. First of all, you have the nice Velcro wrist straps here, so you can adjust it to suit your wrist. Unfortunately, I have really thin wrists, I have to really get some, but it will be very easy, no matter what wrist size you are. This will suit any kind. Again, you've got a lovely Preston logo on the arm bit. I like the design of this one, very nice. And then you also have the 3D Celcius badge on the front. You also have as well a little pocket here, and this is where you can just put your phone, your keys, you know, personal belongings in this pocket here. I like this because it's easily accessible. Say if someone's ringing you and you sat there doing a bit of feeder fishing, you can just unzip it, get your phone out, answer the phone and what have you, and life is good. And also, this is actually a waterproof pocket. The zip bit on it is waterproof sealed, so you don't need to worry about your lovely iPhone or Google Pixel or whatever you've got these days getting wet, because this covers it for you. Again, it's got a double zip, nice Velcro bits as well to fasten it all together. Everything just feels very premium with this suit. That is one thing I have noticed with it. I'm going to talk about the thing that makes this what it is, and that is the fleece lining on the inside of this thing. And I'm not joking. If you lot say pack your tackle here when winter comes, say you don't bother with fishing because it's too cold or what have you, this will help you just spend them few more sessions on the bank. Or say if you can't do long sessions because it's too cold, get one of these. Honestly, I can't stress it enough. You lot know me and how honest I am in my reviews. I'm not going to promote a product and rave about it if it's no good. This thing is top notch, it really is. And it even has, as you saw at the start, a hood, and if I can get it, it has a nice little peak right here, so if it rains, the rain will just drop off the front of the peak. And you do feel like you're in a tent wearing this. It is honestly brilliant. The peak's really nice and it zips up very high. Now, I will show you a lot, but you'll have to bear with because it might muffle the microphone a bit. So it goes all the way up. And then this one, so I'm not sure how much you lot can hear me, but as you can see, it's really, really warm, and it covers all the neck. So yeah, it's like, that's it from the back. Oh crikey, I was warm there, you lot. And as you could see, I don't know how much you could hear about, but it's all the way up, it went above my mouth. That was very, very warm. So on them days where it's really windy, where you know you just can't cope with, it's too cold, this is an absolute beast. Like I said, you've got a pocket on the inside here as well. This is not a waterproof pocket, but again, if you want to put your keys in there and that, you can do. And then, as I say, everything is just fleece lined. It is, honestly folks, it's absolutely brilliant, this jacket. It really is. It's a waterproof, it's wind blocking, you could go to Antarctica in it. It's that good, I'm not exaggerating. It's brilliant. And I will put the price of the new one on screen. It might be in the high hundreds, and I know that may seem like a lot, but if you can get this on the sale, you've got yourself a bargain. Because even, I mean, for what I got it for was a steal, because this, again, I'm gonna say this, I just chuck my stuff everywhere, you know, it gets chucked about and that, and this thing has held up brilliant. You know, it's good material, solid material, and it'll last you a day and forever. It's brilliant, it really is. And I love this because, like probably a lot of people in England, I do struggle with the cold weather. I just think there's something about the cold weather, it's awful. And when you sat there feeder fishing, pole fishing, it can be very uncomfortable at times, whereas with this, it just makes everything much more comfortable. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the jacket. Like I said, I love the logo, the hood's great, the little bits on here, the wrist tighteners, and also as well, you do have, I believe, a little cord here where you can pull the bottom bit. So say if it feels a little too baggy and you want it a bit more tight around you so the wind doesn't go up the jacket, you've got like a little thing on here, little cord, just pull it and it will tighten it for you lot. And then that way then there's going to be no chance of wind getting up the jacket. I'm going to have to take this off because honestly I am absolutely boiling. And like I say, it's just amazing, this folks. It really is very comfortable. One thing I will say about this whole thing, it's a big fit, you know, it really is. I'm just over 6 foot and about 14 stone, I'd probably say. You know, I'm not the biggest build, but I'm not the smallest build, and I've gone for a size large and it fits me perfect. Like I say, the jacket, I'm not lying, when you get this, when you go in the shop, and the jacket feels heavy, it really does. When I got this delivered, I was shocked of how heavy this one. It just shows you how well it's actually made, and that's one thing that surprised me. But yeah, I love the design on the back and everything, very subtle, very nice design. And then like I said, when you put it on, it is a big fit, you lot, it is a big fit. But to be honest with you, I'm just going to tighten these up. It doesn't detriment casting. You can still cast or ship a pole. The material is very flexible, if that's what you know, I can't really find the word for it, but you know, you can still do things. You don't feel restricted wearing this. And also you've got a little Celcius badge on the side as well there, which is a nice touch. But yeah, you don't feel restricted at all, and that is one thing I like. So that is pretty much it for the jacket. Now I'm going to get into the old bib and brace, because this is just as good as the jacket. So the bib and brace, now this thing is brilliant, it really is, and I love this quite a lot. So yeah, on the straps you've got it decorated with Preston innovations. I like that, it's a nice touch. I think it looks very nice, and it just, I don't know, it just looks very professional. I like that finish to it. And again, same thing with the bib and brace. You've got the blue here, you've got the Preston logo here, and then I believe you've got on the back and like a bit of a blue bit on the back. And again, it just looks nice, doesn't it? It really does. I love the Preston colours. I've said this before in my review with Preston stuff. The colours are just brilliant. Again, nice Velcro fasteners here, and they're really solid. They're not like sometimes we can get cheap Velcro straps where they, you know, they get a bit battered over time. One thing I did forget to mention with the jacket, but I'll mention it on the bib and brace because it's the same. Lovely solid zips, really nice, and it zips so easy. The zip is very good quality, and that is one thing, because with zips, they take a bit of a hammering where you're constantly unzipping it, taking it on and off, different stuff like that. Now the warmth of this is insane. I've had it before with it, like, I think it was last week when I went to Sherwood Forest Fishery. I was literally in a t-shirt and this, and it was windy, and I thought it's literally too warm to put on that jacket. The only time I'd probably put on that jacket is when we get to the really cold weather, or let's say the cold mornings. Everyone feels temperatures differently, don't they? But for me, this is brilliant because it comes nice and high up. And I know there'll be a lot of people saying you're wearing it wrong, but it is actually meant to come that high up, because I don't know if you lot can see on camera, but where it is, there's plenty of space going down to my legs, so it is a nice big fit. Like, I can loosen off these, you can loosen these a bit, so that's on the nearly at the lowest, and you know, it comes down a bit more, but obviously I prefer the more tighter fitting, especially when I'm sat down. The only thing I have noticed sometimes, and this is like it with anything like this, sometimes if you don't tighten them too much and you're moving about, they can slip down if you're not wearing the jacket. If you're wearing the jacket, it's absolutely fine. But they're very comfortable, very, very comfortable. And like I say, I like it being higher up because it's covering more of your body, it's keeping more of the warmth in. And again, it literally has this nice lined warm material in this. This is a bit different to the jacket. That's got fleece on the inside, whereas this one, it's sort of like this material, but I think inside it's, I don't know what material it'll be, but it's something that keeps you nice and warm, because I've done it before where I've finished a session, I've took the bib and brace off and I feel absolutely freezing cold. I take it off and I'm like, oh my God, it's chilly. Seriously, when you get this and you go for a session and then you take this off, you'll suddenly realise, and your body will feel really warm, but you'll instantly feel the cold. Now, it doesn't look like it's got reinforced knees. However, I've been doing a lot of kneeling with this on to test the knees, and honestly, there's not one mark on it. It's not ripped, it's not done anything, and you can probably see we obviously have been kneeling. The material of this bib and brace is made to the highest standard. I am so impressed with the bib and brace. It's just great. The material is brilliant. And another little addition that I absolutely love about this, pockets. So you can put your keys in, you can put your phone in, and you've got some nice pockets. And these pockets are actually fleece lined as well. So say you're sat on the bank and it's a bit of a cold day, just get your hands in there and that's it. It's kind of like some hand warmers. I've done it before here at Ravenfield Ponds on one of the sessions. I think it was the cruising session I filmed on here. It was getting a bit windy, a bit chilly, and I put my hands in the pocket and it instantly warmed them up. So yeah, you can use these as hand warmers, you can use them as pockets or anything. Then on the bottom, you've got little Velcro fasteners. So if you want that bit of a tighter fit near your ankle, you can do that. Similar thing with the jacket with the wrist things. Just tighten them up and you're good to go. Again, I love the design on the side. You've got the Preston innovations right in there at the bottom. Nice grey bit there. It just looks classy. Even the second generation, I think it is, to this, still looks amazing. The whole point of this, oh, and also a nice little 3D Celcius badge there. As I was saying, the whole point of this for me is to keep you lot warmer when the really cold weather hits, to keep you fishing for longer, because there's nothing worse than when you go and it's freezing cold and you just, you know, you don't want to be there. You think, I'd just rather be in the house warm. I've done it before where I've had a jumper on, I've had a little underlayer thing on and a normal jacket, and I've still been pretty cold. Whereas with this, it's brilliant. I can't stress it enough, you lot. It's so warm. It feels like it feels like you're in a furnace. It's that warm, and you'll be so comfortable on the bank. And again, to wear, it's so comfortable. The material's nice and soft. It's great. You could literally fall to sleep in it. It's that nice, and you just keep so toasty, and that is the most important thing when you're on the bank fishing, that comfort, especially when it gets like this, when the weather's horrible, it's uncomfortable. I've even worn this on days where it's been absolutely raining and the water just pours off and you're bone dry underneath. So say if you don't bring a brolly or you forget a brolly, this has got you covered. Not that I'd recommend not bringing a brolly, always bring a brolly, but if you do get caught out in a bit of a rainstorm, if you're packing away or what have you, again, it's fully waterproof, so you're absolutely fine. That is pretty much it for the bib and brace. Very impressed with it, very nice, and it does the job. So then, if you are looking to stay very, very warm this winter period, and let's say you've put the tackle away, you don't want to fish through the winter because of the cold weather and everything, get one of these. And it just might make you want to go out and get a nice winter session in fishing for some silvers, you're fishing for some F1s. This will keep you extremely warm. I'll be honest with you, out of all the clothing this year, it's one of my favourite products. It really is. You know, there's some great fishing clothing out there, but this for me is the best because I love to be warm. I love summer, I hate winter, but with this, it makes life just so much better. And that is where this is worth every penny. Even at its full price, it's worth it because time and effort has gone into this, and you can tell that, and Preston have made this to the highest standard. And honestly, my sessions now are so much more comfortable in winter because of this suit. And what's brilliant, sometimes you can just buy jackets and they're like 100 and something pound, whereas, you know, you're getting the jacket and you're getting the bib and brace. So you're getting all this for one price. You're not having to buy a jacket and then buy a bib and a brace separately. That's what I love about it. And I also love that it feels really, really warm. Even studying now, talking to you lot, I just feel like really warm, and it's not the warmest of days today. Like I said, the temperature is really dipping. So something like this will be very, very useful. Would I recommend it? I think you already know the answer. It's a massive yes. Preston, for me, have nailed it with this product. And if you've not got one yet, I would highly recommend that you lot get one of these Celcius suits. You will not be disappointed because it's amazing. I haven't got a bad word to say about it. Normally with some products, I'll sometimes have a bit of a niggle with it. With this, I don't have a niggle with it whatsoever. And I'm just gonna quickly mention things about sizes. If you are on the fence wondering whether it'll fit you or not, you can use that as a reference I mentioned with me, but ultimately the best way for you to truly know is to go to the tackle shop and see for yourselves and just literally put it on, test it. I'm sure the shop won't mind you testing it on because obviously you need to know whether it's going to be a nice fit or what have you. So yeah, always try stuff on if you're unsure, and that is the best way to make sure that it truly fits nicely. But like I said, this is a big fit. It really is, and it's meant to be like that because it's really warm. It's got loads of padding, and like I said, I love how this comes, you know, pretty high up, and you've still got plenty of leg room as well, as I showed you previously. So that is pretty much it for this review. I'm going to be doing lots more reviews. Obviously, bait reviews will be calming down a bit now as we get into the colder weather. There's still some baits that I can review throughout the winter period. And thank you all for the support as well on the last video. I was absolutely blown away with the amount of support that you lot showed me. It means the world to me. Let's keep growing this channel. I'd love to do this one day full time. It'd mean the world to me. So yeah, and if you did enjoy this review, leave a like on it. Get in the comments below what you use to keep you warm in winter. Do you have a Celcius suit? What do you think to it? Or do you have a different product? Let me know. I always love to hear what you have got to say in the comments, and share it around with anyone that you know struggles in winter, because this will really help them. It's absolutely brilliant. And thank you very much for watching this video. Get subscribed to the Angler Carl YouTube channel. It's free of charge and it doesn't cost you a penny. So there's no excuses. That way then it helps me make more videos like this one, and it helps me to review more products, which is what I love to do, as well as the fishing. And if you are fishing in this cold, dreadful weather, get a Celcius suit and stay warm. And most importantly, have a good one.